why can't you compare, crypto market or NFTs, to blockchain applications? Because they're all different. It's a totally different category. And I'm going to share with you today different ways in which some of these things are being executed or being accomplished. All right. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about what people are doing today. I'm going to sort of help you get started in what some of your innovation is, just to get some ideas going. And please don't be offended if you already know some of these things, or I welcome conversation, and I've learned so much from the people that I've worked with. And if you want to engage with me and have a conversation about this, I had a lively discussion with a friend of mine who has a company, and he says, we don't need blockchain. I talked to the CEO of Kraken, and he said, I don't need it. All right, well, maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe it's not right for your application. All right, so there's a lot of discussion that has to occur. I've really learned so much, but join me for a quick tour. All right, I want to start out by saying I'm not affiliated with any of these companies. I've done an initial review of them. I've learned a lot of things. It's been very interesting, and I've learned some use cases that are so interesting to me. And there's a term in blockchain and cryptocurrency that's DYOR, do your own research. Don't rely on somebody else's research. Do your own research, or go to an expert, or hire a consultant, or and collaborate and learn, but don't just do something without understanding it. All right. So let's jump into some of these things. We see a lot of companies which are going to supply chain, and there happens to be one that I had on my broadcasts over those 24 episodes called Real Variable. And they're doing supply chain, they're doing parts track and trace, they're doing warranty, and what they're doing is they've created, and it's in production. They have a production platform in which they're onboarding vendors onto, where they can now track parts all the way through the process from beginning to end, and they're doing it on a blockchain for a lot of different reasons, and they're actually being very successful in doing that. It's quite interesting to me. Next is records and data leveraging NFTs. Now, I want to take a quick pause because I didn't really say what an NFT was. I didn't know what an NFT was 2 years ago. I called up a friend who was implementing something that was a funny picture of an ape, and they were selling it, and people were paying $1 million for it. And I said, what the heck is an NFT? I don't even understand what it is. And so I'm not going to go into all the details of it, but I'm going to simplify it down to this. It's a token, or it's a digital certificate, or it's a record. And what happens is it gets attached to something. When I worked on the 787 at Boeing, we had certificates which authorized access to the ground systems for the 787, okay? And it's no different than a certificate which has something attached to it which creates access or authorization for other things, all right? That's what a non-fungible token is, all right? And so what this company is doing, they're called AircraftIT. They have a platform they've created on the blockchain, and they're allowing people to upload records and information onto the blockchain, and they're making them NFTs, non-fungible tokens. And then they become a certificate that can move with that part or with that airplane, for history, for eternity. And there's so many things to learn about this. On my website, I have replays of all this stuff on my YouTube. And if you wanted to go back and enjoy yourself with, 45 hours of information about blockchain and aviation, you can go learn more about this. But I can't tell you everything in 30 minutes, all right? But there's a lot of really interesting stuff there. But what these guys are doing is they're using non-fungible tokens and publishing them on the blockchain as a place to be able to save aircraft and part information and history. Very interesting. And then I interviewed a company that's in Bangkok. I'm hoping to be able to meet them when I go to the AircraftIT in Bangkok next month. And I've never met them. I just met them virtually. Very interesting company, blockchain platform in which they're allowing people to upload and track assets, aircraft assets. And what they're doing is they're allowing you to be able to manage your assets on a blockchain is what they're doing. They're already in production with several companies. And so again, these are not future innovative hypothetical ideas. They're literally in production.